Hey there, Regina Anley here, and it is time for the AI Spotlight. This week, we are talking about using Notion for your focus and productivity. Our theme this week is focus and productivity, and I love this tool, Notion. It's really cool for helping you stay focused and providing all kinds of little tools inside of it to help you be more productive. Now, I'm going to tell you full transparency, I am new to Notion. I love the tool. There's actually a lot of stuff inside of it, and I have not even scratched the surface of all the things it can do. Today, I do want to show you some pieces of it that you may find interesting, especially when it comes to productivity, because, productivity and focus, it's all about working smarter, not harder, right? And so when you think of all the tools that you use, there's so many tools that are out there. And if you're bouncing from tool to tool to tool to tool to tool, that actually lessens your productivity. So you really want to find the tools that are kind of, some of them are all encompassing. They provide you like one-stop shopping as far as what you need to get done. And Notion is one of those tools. So this is my screen here, and I use a paid version of Notion. So I'm going to tell you right away, there is a free version, and you can do a lot of this with the free version, but you do need a paid one if you want the extra features. And it's not that expensive. It's very cost effective. This tool is extremely good if you're working with a team, because you can share it with your team members and you can have everything in one place. So, it's basically, what is Notion? It's a workspace for notes, for tasks, for projects. It's got AI integrated into it. So the AI features are actually available on all the versions, the free version, the monthly versions, and everything. So what I want to do is give you a couple different ways to utilize Notion in your business for focus and productivity. So let's just say I have a bunch of messy meeting notes. I'm going to go over here to Notion AI. So if I'm sitting in a meeting, and I already put these out here, I'm going to go over here and copy them because I created these notes. And yes, they're fictional notes. I created them for here. And have you ever done this where you just bullet point some stuff? Hey, I'm meeting with Sarah. Here's what we're discussing. It's these little notes. And I'm going to say, please summarize these meeting notes. Now, as you can tell, I mean, it looks kind of familiar with other stuff. It's kind of like ChatGPT-ish, but all of these tools are integrated in. So I can go create these and create the summarized version of my meeting notes and then save that in here. Now, if I have something going on and I want to share that maybe with a VA for some follow-up, maybe we want to send a follow-up email and I'm not doing the follow-up email, my VA is. Now I can take the summary of the notes as it's working on it. And here's the summary. I can copy this, send this over to my VA and say, hey, send Sarah an email about the recap of our meeting and have her schedule another meeting with me. So it's a way to get the notes out there and do some stuff with them. If I say now, please analyze the notes. And it's going to go through, and what it's going to do now, it's going to go through and go, okay, well, here's what you did with all this stuff. And so we have these goals, strategy gaps, some things you want to do. And maybe I want to send this over too to say, hey, here's where we're going. And we want to add this extra piece in here. So leverage point. And this is all from this little tiny, bulleted, maybe you throw them on a piece of paper. You can upload your written notes on a piece of paper to here, take a picture of it, put it up here, however you want to do it, and it'll summarize everything. Now, if you have a meeting and you have a scheduled meeting, you can go over here as well. And in the meetings, you can get AI meeting notes. You can start transcribing. This will start recording. So if I do this right now and say start transcribing, it's going to come up and it's going to start recording everything I say. So maybe you have this going on in the background. Maybe it's a phone call or something. You have them on speaker. You can actually be recording the entire conversation right here. So when you're done with the conversation, all you need to do is hit stop, and I can say it's going to automatically do the summary. So it's going in here and it's finding the information. It's going to have, it has notes, it has a transcript. So, and this is what I was talking about, so that's what I put it out there. But if you're having a meeting, it's actually going to give you a meeting information. So notes, if there's notes in there, and the transcript, this is what I put in there. This is what it recorded. And so everything is right there. And now I've got all of this information, and I can copy that out and send it to whoever I need to send it to. It's going to be listed right there. So if I click on my home now, you see right here and my recents, here's the information. So it's all stored right there for me. Makes it super simple and super easy, especially if you're working with a team. Maybe you have those VAs and stuff like that that you want to have do follow up. So the other thing that you can do is you can create you can use the Notion AI to say, okay, build a list of to-dos for this week. So, and maybe you're a coaching business and you say, this is a really simple one. Please create a list of to-dos for my business consulting practice for this week. Now, I didn't give it really any information, so it's going to totally give me generic stuff. Now, if I have a list of to-dos and I say, here's all of the stuff I got to get done, please organize this list into a list for what I need to do to get done this week. And when I say to do this, it's going to say, it knows that I'm Autumn Consulting. So follow up on course, pick one core message for the week. It gave me some generic stuff, but it knows that I do some of the stuff because I've done some of the stuff inside of Notion. So it put some of what I'm already doing that it knows that I'm doing in here. And now that just makes it easier because now I can just go copy that. I can download it, put it someplace. I can hand it off to a VA. You know, I can say, instead of the list of tasks for me to do, I can say list of tasks for my VA to do. My VA does ABC. Please create a list of tasks for this week. Now, if your calendar is attached, it will check your calendar to see what you got going on in your calendar that week and add the tasks that need to be done to get ready for meetings, to set up PowerPoints, for whatever it is you need to get done there. Again, organized, clear, gives you all the information you need. So we're going to go back to home here. Now, if I come in here, I can also use it and stay in the same platform and say, okay, you know what? I've got this going on. Let's just create some content in here. So I can say, write a post, write a LinkedIn optimized post about how to stay focused in your business. Now, you can do this in Notion. I don't necessarily recommend doing this in Notion, but it can do it. It can do everything. So it's going to have a very generic, because like I said, this is kind of open AI driven here. So you'll see it's generic, really good information though, right? Most business owners don't have a motivation problem. They have a focus problem. You know, this is exactly the kind of stuff, but it doesn't have my voice. It doesn't have my other pieces. So I can actually either do that here, have my VA do it there, and then I can review them, or I can do them in another tool. But what I want to show you today is how Notion can actually do it all. So there's so many things that you can do inside of Notion, and you basically stay right here in this, on this place here, where you can go in, you can find stuff, you can connect your meeting notes with your calendar notes. There's so many things that you can do inside of Notion that allow you to go to this one place, maybe see your task list. You can have your goals tracker here. So what are your goals? And are you working towards those goals? Inside of here, when, let's see, team spaces here. So if I say we got projects that we're working on, We can create projects in here that the team is working on that I can share out with the team, with the VA. So it does allow this like one-stop shop for productivity, especially if you have a team. If you don't have a team and you just want a place to organize all your stuff, it works well for that as well. So that's what I wanted to show you today. Notion, it does have a free version. The free version is pretty robust. Like I said, the AI pieces and everything are included in here with the free version. So the free version can get you started. You can play with it. And if you decide you like it, then you can go and decide whether or not you want to purchase one of their plans. Again, I used it for probably about 3 months playing around with it before I decided and said, you know what, I'm probably going to use this on a regular basis. So now I'm going to actually pay for the plan. Little side note there, I don't buy any app or pay for any app until I use it for a little bit. And it depends on what it is, that little bit. It could be a couple weeks, it could be a couple months before I decide whether or not I'm going to pay for it. Why? There are thousands of apps out there. And if you've ever had subscriptions to apps and you have 5,000 subscriptions to apps, you know that it can get really expensive really quickly because there's so many out there. Use the free version for a while. You might go, wow, this is really cool. I really like this. And then 2 days later, you're like, yeah, I was using a tool. I can't even remember what it was now. It was the first time I used it. And then all of a sudden you're like, what was that tool again? You don't even remember what the tool was. So chances are pretty good you don't need to pay for it because you couldn't even remember what it was. I've done that on a number of occasions where I've actually gone out and purchased a tool because I thought it was so cool and then turned around and said, you know what, I'm not even using this. So yeah, it's a cool tool, but do I need to be paying for it? Is it moving my business forward? So same deal with Notion here. If it's helpful for you, use the free version. And then if you're using it on a regular basis, that's when you go and you decide, okay, now that I'm going to use it on a regular basis, I'm going to add my team members in, I'm going to do all this other stuff. Now I'll purchase a subscription. So that's what I wanted to share with you today. We'll see you next week on the AI Spotlight. Bye for now.